Reimagining Success, episode 217 and mini-series number 2. You're listening to the Reimagining Success podcast, where we help you design a business and a life that allows you freedom from the 9 to 5. I'm your host, Anna Lundberg, ex-corporate good girl, now a business mentor and coach, author, mum of 2, and I'm here to help you create more freedom, flexibility and fulfillment. Now let's get started with redefining success outside of the 9 to 5. Hello there, welcome back to the second little mini episode in this little podcast series, a little series to celebrate a big milestone, which is the launch of my new book, Outside of the 9 to 5. Now I'm looking at one of each of the 5 pillars each day. So yesterday we started with pillar 1, your definition of success. So do go back and have a listen to that one if you haven't already. And of course, I hope you've had a chance to grab a copy of my book. It'll take a couple of days if you've ordered the paperback to arrive, but I hope you've got that already from Amazon. It should be available in your local country. And then there is also a pre-order as at the time of recording for the Kindle version. So yesterday we looked at pillar 1, which is identifying your personal definition of success. Now, I took you through 4 steps here. Each pillar has 4 steps. For the first one, you have getting clear on your big picture vision, identifying your core values, defining your purpose, and finding the right balance. So that was pillar 1, which was the big picture, values, purpose, balance, all the fun stuff. That's really exciting because that's when you get to really reimagine what's important to you, what success looks like for you. And that is my big why personally as well. So pillar 2 today is really important. And again, I'm sure as ever, you're impatient to get to the nitty-gritty, to the meaty strategy stuff. But again, please bear with me because the first 2 pillars are foundational and skipping these can have dire consequences later on. So cultivating confidence and resilience, again, 4 steps here. But where have we got to? So hopefully if you've read the first chapter then, once you've read the first chapter, you will have taken the time to reflect on the big picture of what success means to you and what really matters, right? But it's one thing to have that vision, to have a big dream. It's another to really believe that you can get there and to pick yourself up every time you, let's face it, pretty inevitably experience disappointments, setbacks, failures along the way. So this second pillar is all about developing that belief in yourself and reframing the way you're thinking about things. It's about developing the resilience that you're going to need to cope with the kind of roller coaster ups and downs, to bounce back from setbacks along the way, and to really set yourself up for success over the long haul, because we're building a sustainable business over the long term, right? It's not just, this is fun for a few weeks and then it's not going to work over time. It's not going to be enjoyable for you. So 4 steps here. The first one is to look at what we call your limiting beliefs in coaching. Now, a lot of things that you take as facts, actually, are assumptions that you're making. You're seeing the world, we're all seeing the world through a filter of our own life experiences and stories. So they're not facts. They're actually beliefs. And that seems quite odd, but it's an incredibly powerful insight. Because as you work towards realizing your vision, you might find that some of these beliefs aren't actually serving you. They're limiting you. And it's so important then to take the time to reframe how you're thinking about these things and to choose, because yes, you can choose your beliefs. I know it's odd, but you can choose more empowering beliefs that actually do serve you and your goals. So that's the first step of pillar 2, identifying, of course, first of all, and then reframing those limiting beliefs. Second, related to this, we'll look at adopting a different kind of mindset. So the mindset of being, whatever you want to call yourself, an entrepreneur, freelancer, solopreneur, business owner, etc. When you're working for yourself, it's very different to the mindset that you have as an employee in a big corporation. So we really need to look at the kind of mindset that's going to support you outside of the 9 to 5 as you're working for yourself, and how you can embrace that different mindset, how you can start making those shifts. Pillar 3 is self-care. And I know it's become a bit of a cliche, hashtag self-care on Instagram, but it's, as ever, a cliche for a reason. So when you are your business, as I always say, taking care of you is taking care of your business. If you don't take care of yourself, first of all, obviously that's not going to be particularly fun for you. It's certainly not good for you, for your happiness, for your well-being, for your family, for your lifestyle, right? And more concretely, from a business point of view, if your business lives and dies with you as a solopreneur, then you really need to be fit and healthy to keep that business alive. Now, of course, there's also an element of choosing the right business model to support that kind of thing. But self-care, the different ways in which you can take care of yourself, is so, so important when you're working for yourself. The final step of the second pillar is to look at the different types of support that you're going to need to get through the initial transition out of the 9 to 5, but also to make it sustainable for the long term. Because the journey through entrepreneurship, initially, absolutely, but ongoing, can feel really isolating. And we don't want that to be the case for you. We don't want you to feel that you're working all alone, right? And you don't have to. So if you're listening to this podcast, hello, if you've picked up the book, then, you're already showing signs that you're open to learning and asking for help, and that's really powerful. But we'll look at the different ways in which you can get all the different kinds of support that you're going to need. So that's pillar 2. So again, the 4 steps: reframing your limiting beliefs, embracing a different mindset, prioritizing self-care, and creating a support system. And again, it might seem like, I'm too slow. But as a lot of people say, I've heard a lot of people say recently, slowing down is the fastest way to speed up, actually. So, rather than rushing ahead, stumbling along and making mistakes or rash decisions, taking the time to get clear on that vision, what you really want, all those parameters, and then to work on your mindset and your beliefs and so on, will help you to avoid self-sabotaging further down the line. You'll have then the grit, as Angela Duckworth calls it, the resilience, the confidence to keep going, even in the face of those inevitable setbacks and difficulties. And in doing so, in setting yourself up for the long term, you're going to be in the top 1% or less of people who start a business, because most people give up, before they have a chance to see any results. So that's pillar 2 today, cultivating confidence and resilience. Yesterday was pillar 1, which was your definition of success. And then tomorrow, I'm sure you're impatient to get to that bit, we'll be looking at choosing the right business model. So that's pillar 3 tomorrow, the third little episode in this mini podcast series. Again, please do grab your copy of Outside of the 9 to 5. It's available at a special launch price at the moment, paperback, on your local Amazon. You can also pre-order the Kindle. And after this promotional period, we'll be going up to full price. And that would be a shame. So thank you so much for your support. I really hope it's a valuable resource for you. And again, if and when you do read it, I would love for you to share a review as well. Thank you so much, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye for now. Outside of the 9 to 5 is the book that continues the story from leaving the corporate 9 to 5. It is a practical guide to designing and building a profitable business that gives you freedom, flexibility, and fulfillment. Check it out and grab your copy at outsideofthe9to5.com. That's outsideofthe9to5.com.